Deadlock just got a new major update, and people only went a little crazy, so suck it, Half-Life fans. A lot of new people are going to be flooding in for all the brand new content. We've got a horse girl, horse voice, horse... That's not in the game. But the point is, a lot of new players are going to be logging into Deadlock, which sounds great for Deadlock fans until they're on your team. So I'm going to do a public service and tell you, yes, you, how not to be a worthless Sub-Zero Game Impact chud, because, well, it takes one to know one. Okay, so I know there's a lot of stuff going on here, but ignore all this for now. We're just going to focus on your character and mechanics and how they work. In a MOBA, this is what we call micro, and all that big confusing map shit is what we call macro. Not that one YouTuber, because he's too busy playing fucking High Guard to play with me, I guess. I know you're watching this, fucking lock him, bro. Micro is all about how you do shit, and macro is all about why you do shit. But it doesn't matter if you're a 900 IQ master strategist if you're feeding your balls off. So let's go over micro first. First, pick a character, not this one. You'll have a gun that you can shoot. Some characters even have a secondary fire, but don't worry about that right now. Your weapon, shocker, does weapon damage. Headshots do bonus damage. That's all we're going to talk about right now. Now each character comes with 3 basic abilities and 1 ultimate ability. Most abilities do spirit damage, but not all of them, so make sure you check. And some don't even do damage at all. They can be movement, defensive, anything. So just read what your abilities do. Throughout a game of Deadlock, you will gain ability points that you can spend to upgrade each ability, and it adds in some bonus effect or maybe a stat buff. But that's too much reading, so don't worry about that right now. Just focus on getting a character that you like and learning what they do, and once you're more familiar with the fundamentals, then you can start thinking about what we're upgrading in what order. Just pick random, trust. Now, whilst the abilities of each character are super unique, there are 2 things that every character shares in common, so it's really important you understand these mechanics because everyone will be doing them. The first of which, melee, is pretty simple. If you tap Q, your character will do a light melee, and if you hold it, they'll charge up a heavy melee. It's the same sound and visual effect for every character, so it's really consistent across the board. These melees also do weapon damage, and also quite a lot of weapon damage, especially in the early game. You don't want to spam melees though, because if you hit F, you can parry. If your melee attack gets parried, you won't only just not do any damage, but you'll get stunned for 3 whole seconds, and it will refresh the parry cooldown of whoever just mogged you. If you get parried, you will feel like shit, and your health bar will feel worse. But on the other end, if someone parries and whiffs it, their parry goes on a super long cooldown, so you can feel free to beat the shit out of them for being a loser. The melee combat in this game is essentially one big mind game, and there's even deeper layers to it than what I mentioned, but there are whole characters devoted to the melee system, and some characters you can play if you want to stay the fuck away from Abrams. But regardless of who you're playing, you should be somewhat familiar with the system, because it really helps out in 1v1s and the early game. So movement is the next topic, and you can make an hour-long video on it. In terms of mechanics, it's definitely the highest skill ceiling, but we're going to keep it real simple. Some characters have fancy abilities that give them unique movement options, but like melee, everyone shares the same basic skill set. There's the obvious stuff that's in every video game, like walking, jumping, and crouching and sliding, but in Deadlock, every character has a stamina bar. Some are larger or smaller for balance reasons, but no matter who you play, you can use stamina to dash, double jump, air dash, wall jump, and if you time it right, you can jump out of a dash and do a dash jump. These are all individual tools, but you can combine them to traverse the map very fast, escape from enemies more reliably, and feel really cool. There is no other important piece of movement I am omitting here, so do not go into the comments and say, oh my god, you forgot down dashing. I don't care! But between weapons, abilities, melee, movement, that's a lot of things. I'm aware, especially since every character has their own unique set of abilities, so learning all of this takes time, and learning it in conjunction with an entire map with 1,000 things going on and 11 other people you need to worry about is very hard. So please, if you are not well versed in both MOBAs, hero, and movement shooters, do not queue for a standard game of Deadlock straight away. You don't want to be stuck in a game for 40 minutes where you're super confused and dying constantly and weak and powerless and helpless, and frankly, I don't want you in that game, so please get the fuck out of my lobby. Instead, you should queue the new game mode, Street Brawl. They just added it this patch. It's 4v4, fast-paced, and it only takes place in small sections of the map at a time. It's the perfect place to learn the basics of how to fight other people without all the boring, complex socioeconomic factors that go into it. It's the boneless chicken wings to Deadlock's chicken wings. You don't have to worry about all the hard shit, you can just chew. Okay, so with all that in mind, if you're ready, we can maybe, just maybe, talk about... Okay, so what are we looking at here? The map can be chopped up into 3 lanes: green, blue, yellow. The area between each lane is called the jungle, but don't worry about that right now. In each of the lanes, there are towers, structures that kill anything that try to pass through them. Your goal is to try to pass through them. The overarching plot of any Deadlock game is to get to their base and blow up their big guy before they can blow up your own. Each game starts out as a 2v2 in the lanes, where you are guaranteed to be queued with someone who barely meets the qualifications of human intellect. But at around the 10-minute mark, people are going to start leaving their lane and helping out on all the other ones. You should too. If you want to be on a lane with your friend, make sure you go to social settings and turn on lane preference to with party. Why this isn't the default setting, I do not know. The other super important thing about laning is these little candle guys. We call them minions. They'll show up to help. They aren't very strong, but killing them will grant you money, and just like in real life, everything you do in Deadlock revolves around money. Whenever one of these little candle guys dies, make sure you shoot the little aim labs ball that pops out of them, because if the enemy shoots it first, they'll actually steal a bit of the money you get for killing them. Okay, so whenever you got some money, one of the most important things you can do in Deadlock is called, you get items. This was very important. If you go to any shop on the map and open it, you can... Holy fuck, what is this, an Amazon? Items are the main way to get stronger in Deadlock, and I am so sorry because there's a fucking 100 of them. The orange items are weapon items, the green ones survival, and the purple ones are spirit. Weapon items typically increase weapon damage, green items give you healing, sustain, and movement, and spirit items typically increase spirit damage. Right now though, you've got a lot on your plate, so don't fucking read all this shit, because you are gonna be good and you're gonna focus on how to jump and shoot people good first. Instead, go to this blue tab, hit build browser, go to public and pick one of the popular builds. If it has a funny name or sounds appealing to you, just go for it. These are builds handmade by players that will show you exactly what order you should buy items in, and sometimes even give little tips on what each item does. Until you have played a bunch and understand what each item does and how it feels to use, do not be a hero, just comply. Do what the build tells you to and you'll be okay. If it looks too complicated in advance, just pick a new build, I promise, you'll be fine. The last thing you need to know about is the jungle. It's just filled with these little monsters, and if you kill them, you'll get money. If you're ahead, you can go into the enemy jungle and steal their jungle camps to basically steal their money. It's an amazing way to keep you busy, and you always should be busy in Deadlock. So if you're not pushing towers or fighting, you should probably be farming jungle camps. Okay, so this is the end of an extremely abridged Deadlock guide. I didn't get into the details of like so many things. I straight up omitted a ton of stuff too, like set objectives, shrines, patrons, basically everything about items, because I'm not trying to give you fucking homework. I just want you to get into a game as quickly as possible without completely overwhelming you. I'm only somewhat overwhelming you. You should definitely 100% try Street Brawl to start, just because it is a great way to quickly play a bunch of different characters, learn roughly what items do, and practice your mechanics without being completely outpaced instantly by everyone else. If this was funny and you want some more detailed stuff, maybe like character specific guides or maybe some laning, like laning deep dives, just let me know. If this video did help you, you can repay me by voting for silver. And one more thing, if you play Mo and Krill, you're an awful person, probably worse than Hitler. Okay, bye.